A modern supply chain is a masterpiece of interlocking physical precision. Every asset, schedule, and route moves in perfect sync to keep your business alive. But dragging down all that physical speed is a hidden digital anchor, off-the-shelf software. This diagram represents the architecture of standard closed systems. Most of these blocks are bloated features you pay for but never touch, while the core pathways you actually need are locked inside inflexible structures. This creates a bizarre compromise on the warehouse floor. Instead of your software adapting to the way you move goods, your team has to slow down and alter real-world operations to appease the limitations of the software. When the digital system doesn't match the physical reality, the result is daily operational friction. It turns the tools your team relies on into an expensive, constant headache. Across the logistics industry, this structural friction is a recognized vulnerability that eats directly into margins. This chart illustrates the exact financial toll. As you continually rent generic, closed systems, your operational costs climb steadily over time, while your organizational flexibility actually shrinks. You pay a premium for a one-size-fits-all product that ignores your loading docks. On the ground, this mismatch creates a bottleneck. Watch these distinct operational workflows crash into a single checkpoint because generic digital tools cannot map to specialized physical tasks. When daily operators are forced to fight their tools, the whole organization slows down. Renting generalized code creates a structural drag on your competitive edge and your long-term viability. To eliminate this friction, an organization has to rethink its underlying logic regarding technology. That's where Supplyxis comes in. This blueprint visualizes the solution, merging deep, localized supply chain expertise directly with ground-up custom software development. We call this architectural alignment. It is the process of writing code that speaks the exact language of your warehouse. Looking at this model, you can see how the alignment works. The digital network is engineered to map seamlessly onto the physical network, creating perfect synchronization between the software and the actual movement of your freight. Building software around the business, rather than retrofitting the business to a template, resolves the structural root of operational friction. Getting to that perfect fit requires a highly intentional development lifecycle. It starts at the concept phase. We diagnose your specific supply chain bottlenecks on the floor, and then draft the initial architecture required to solve them. Next is front-end development. As this schematic shows, we are stripping away all the off-the-shelf bloat to create highly focused, precise interfaces that your teams will actually want to use. Next, the back-end. We engineer custom logic to process data at the exact speed your physical products move. Finally, database design. We structure your data for total, transparent visibility, freeing you from the black box of external vendors. Executing each of these phases from the ground up results in an application that is completely bespoke and fully optimized for your specific routes. Because effective supply chain technology is simply the act of perfectly translating complex physical logistics into streamlined code. With that custom architecture in place, the operational reality changes entirely. Your supply chain runs effortlessly, and the friction slowing down every shift is gone. The immediate consequence shows up on the balance sheet. Operational costs drop sharply because you are no longer subsidizing software bloat you never use. The secondary benefit is strategic. You gain massive flexibility, allowing the system to pivot and scale cleanly as your business grows. And most importantly, you no longer rely on external vendors to dictate your core capabilities. Your team owns the technological infrastructure outright. Building the system your way transforms your digital infrastructure into a precise strategic asset. The days of paying escalating subscription fees for rigid, closed software systems are over. If your supply chain is the core mechanism that gives you an edge in the market, then the software running it must be just as specific and highly calibrated. It's time to stop renting generic software and start owning your solutions. Welcome to Supplyxis.